Hello, hello, hello. It's Dr. Yulee. The doctor is in. Happy February, everybody. It's Groundhog's Day, and according to Punxsutawney Phil, looks like we're going to get 6 more wonderful weeks of winter, but that's alright because, it's nothing new around here in New England. It's cold, cold, cold. Hope you guys are doing well. I know it's been a little while since I've come and did a video, but I have been working, I have been busy, I have been just wrapped up in all sorts of things. So I thought I would come and say hello and drop off a few tidbits and things. My prescriptions, I haven't done a prescription video in a little while, and I think this is my first for the new year, for 2010. So I wanted to just jump right in with some music recommendations. This past weekend, I and a friend of mine went to go see this fabulous concert here in Boston. It was a rock, sort of electro-pop group called La Rue. And here's the album right here, self-titled album, La Rue. Got a good visual. So, fabulous. Absolutely fabulous. They brought down the house. I was in the zone. They kicked off what is entitled the Gold Tour, their first live performance of the new year, so they said, and they started it right here in Boston, and I was in the building. They are really starting to take the charts, I think, by storm, at least in the electronic music scene. I like to describe it as like video game music with lyrics. If you like that old school, like 80s sort of vibe to the video game music, and then you have these really great lyrics and vocals on top of it, you're gonna like La Rue. So you get lots of electronic sounds, drum machines and synthesizers and computers, and the fabulous vocal stylings of the front woman Ellie Jackson and all of her androgyny. Love it. So get into La Rue. In like manner, I also want to give you a little prescription for Sam Sparro. Sam Sparro, there we are. That's a better visual. Coming out of Australia. This album actually came out in 2008, but it is by far one of the best albums, I think, of the last decade. The latter half especially. It's got some soul, it's got some funk, it's got some pop, it's got all kinds of great elements, and his voice it's like Prince for the new generation. Isn't that kind of funny? So get into Sam Sparro. I also wanted to give a little plug for this group out of London, I think based in London. I don't have anything to show you other than just me telling you about them. They're called Cassette Club. And no, it's not about a club for people that like to listen to cassettes. It's actually a duo. And they also have this sort of 80s synth pop inspired sound, which I love. It's not something for everybody, but I love it. They are really on the rise. I hope that someday they come to the States so that I can see them perform. I love their music, and they have a MySpace, which I'm going to give the link to on the description. Think over here. Yes, so get into these people, support these up and coming and unknowns in this country. Radio is so different now. You don't hear too many things other than what is constantly in the rotation, and there's so much out there that needs to be explored. So much. So, on other news, last week at my university, we had one of the true legends in the opera world, Miss Grace Bumbry. Noted soprano, mezzo-soprano, just all-around grand diva, grande dame of the opera. And she did a week-long of classes and conversations and interviews and question answers, the whole nine. And I just have to say, I soaked up so much knowledge and persona from her. And I think I was saying to some of my friends the other day that I think one has license. If you feel like you ever want to put on an accent, or you have a certain way that you say things, that it's okay, because Grace is so gracious and grand. She can't say things like, "Oh, that was superb." It was superb. And she has like a pause. There's a delivery behind everything that she says. It's very, very stated. Well, And so I feel very akin to her in that respect. So if you don't know who Grace Bumbry is, you need to really do some research, do some Googling. There's some YouTube clips of her in her element. She sang all the great roles, from Carmen, Delilah from Camille Saint-Saëns' opera Samson and Delilah, to Tosca and Salome. So she is a diva, and not in terms of attitude. She just has that presence, and still has a presence even at this wonderful, well-preserved age that she is. So you wouldn't believe how old she actually is if you looked at her. I'm not going to give away all the tea. So Grace Bumbry, fabulousness, fabulous, fabulous. And one other thing, I think this is the last note I want to touch on, is last night, of course we all know that RuPaul is back. She's back on television with a whole new lineup of dolls for RuPaul's Drag Race Season 2. And so last night, a friend of mine and I went to a local bar club here in Boston for a viewing party, which was hosted by one of the 12 on the show, Jujubee, who is a local girl here in Boston. So gracious, so beautiful. She hosted this event, and we all watched and laughed, and it was just such fun. And so this is a weekly thing at Machine Boston. I'm just going to go ahead and give you the plug. Tell a friend, tell it often. Come on out and watch the show. Every Monday there's a viewing party, and then there's followed by dancing and fellowship and a drag show. So it's just an all-out good time, a way to get through the rest of this 6 weeks of winter on into the spring and the summer. So oh, I think that's all I have for you guys. I just wanted to say hello. I hate being away and hate being preoccupied, but that's just some of what's been keeping me busy. Lots of music, lots of culture, lots of learning and knowledge. So that's all I have to say. I will be in touch very soon. Also, keep your comments coming, keep your suggestions coming. And before I go, once again, I know I've said goodbye like twice already, as I do. In the wake of people giving to charities and things with the Haiti disaster relief, as I have donated, I don't want people to forget. I hate to I feel almost guilty even doing it. There's my little shameless plug for my own little campaign for the AIDS Walk Boston, which is happening in June. I'm still trying to raise funds. I'm trying to meet my goal of $1,000 for the AIDS Walk in June. So if you can, please give anything that you can, as little or as much as you can spare. I know it's tough, times are tough, and there's just so many different causes that one can give to, but I felt I needed to still put that out there, and I will periodically come to remind those of you that pay attention to my videos. Spread the word. I will post a link once again to my personal page where you can make a donation online. So with that, I will leave you. Have a good day. Happy February once again, and I will talk to you soon. Once again, I'm Dr. Yuli. Peace.